Right, lads, we are back in another episode presented to you by Bollock Studios, where football nutmegs the nonsense. So let's kickstart with some nonsense, man. Derby Day defeat for City. Woohoo! All right, man. And of course, another nonsense to start up with as well. What the heck, man? The AFCON finals. It's like, there's lots of controversy that took place. We'll be covering that in today's episode as well. We'll be covering a little bit on what, about the derby win as well for Man United and what transpired. And of course, we'll be sharing our thoughts and all that. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the notifications as well. Stay tuned to weekly banters, humor, funny football talks, but of course, including the realities as well. So not taking too much of our times, man. So Shariff, thanks for, the usual. It's us again. We are missing Kuhan. Yeah, as we speak, he's in the land of the rising sun. So I let you all guess where that is. Yeah. So he'll be back. Yeah, exactly.
Ohio gozaimasu. Good morning.
Exactly. So he's in Japan as we speak due to work. He's unable to join us in the pod, but rest assured he will be back very soon. Yeah. So of course, let's kick this off, man. Shariff, still continuing from the nonsense that I brought up. The AFCON finals between Senegal and Morocco. Of course, a big shout out to Senegal. I think they are second-time AFCON champions. Yeah. Yeah, second-time AFCON champions. Starman, if I'm right, Starman was, as usual, Sadio Mane. I don't know if I'm right. But of course, he should be. It goes without saying, right? But of course, Shariff, as much as we want to talk about what went well during the AFCON finals, I think it was a very dramatic quote and unquote. And there are a couple of things that transpired during the match, man, especially when it came to refereeing decisions, and let alone the injury time and the penalty and all that stuff. So, Shariff, walk us through a little bit, man. What were your findings on the refereeing decisions and all that? So go ahead, man.
Okay, alright. So I got to be honest, I didn't catch the game, right? But it was like what you mentioned, right? It was a dramatic and eventful final, right? So somehow I got my hands on the extended highlights and certain clips that focus on the game. So maybe to sum up, it was an end-to-end game, right? And Morocco, not because of, my God, Bono. Why MU did not go after him? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good. After they lost with him, right? In the final, I think last time he was playing with Unai Emery, right? Clearly this guy, he's good shot stopper. He also good at his feet. And he's also can play with Mazraoui, right?
Mazraoui, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you met after this, if you want to see some goalkeeper actions and world-class save, I can say world-class save, go watch the extent or highlights, man. Morocco was in the game because of this guy, man. Because it looks like it's going to go to extra time. But then things went very, very quickly. I think it was at the 93rd minute. So they are playing the +8 additional time, and suddenly the game stopped, and VAR interfered. And the VAR, I think you also understand the VAR interference, right? So either first they advise what's the on field, whether it's a penalty or red card.
Yep.
Second, they advise, and then the referee accept. Or third, they advise, but they ask the referee to come and decide by himself. So basically, they tai chi to the referee at the field. So if you watch the highlights, it was, how do I say this respectfully? It was like, my God, it was like, it was worse than Sunday League. If you want to see when a referee who's checking VAR and then having a crowd behind him, go watch this match. Because not only the Senegalese team, but also the staff, members, everything were behind the referee.
Right.
And shouting stuff and pop stuff, everything. And then he awarded the penalty. And almost 15 minutes, Matt. This happened.
Wow.
In one of biggest, I will not say biggest, one of the big continental
Mm-hmm.
cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
They walk off the pitch. Not everyone, but the majority of them walk off the pitch who couldn't
Wow.
accept the decision, right? So after 15 minutes, the Senegalese came back, right? And then they took like almost 3 minutes because Mendy, the ex-Chelsea goalkeeper, right?
Yep.
Were trying to do stuff, and then he got a yellow. So Ibrahim Diaz, I do not know. He has to place the ball again, and then come the penalty, and Ibrahim Diaz, the Real Madrid midfielder, trying to do a panenka, bro.
No, man. And he
Yes.
missed.
And he didn't miss. Literally, Manny just caught the ball like a back
Oh,
pass to him, like a backyard training. If you are
oh,
training with
man.
with a kid like that, so it was so embarrassing. Yeah, well, Paneka, if it works, it works. But if
Mm-hmm.
does not work, I mean, oh my God, you and it cost him the trophy, man, because after that Senegalese score, and when Senegal score, uh, then Morocco tried to come up and try to chase the game as usual.
The usual.
But then yeah, he couldn't, and he was in tears, man. That's
Oh,
what happened.
man.
So you got a end-to-end game. You got a
Mm-hmm.
good goalkeeping, world-class saves by
Yep.
Bono.
Yep.
Not the U2 solo, or just not that. It's a beautiful day. And then you have a penalty decision by VAR,
Mm-hmm.
and the VAR decision was I mean, it was really I mean, you have spectators behind, all players are
Yep.
coming in, and then you have people, and then you have players walking out for 15
Mm-hmm.
minutes, and then you have Paneka tak jadi, bro.
Exactly. Man.
And then you lost the game.
And you
So
go and lose the game.
yep.
Oh, man. So this is, you see, I mean, look, pressure got the better of Brahim Diaz. I don't know, but again, it's still a question, right? When you're in a finals and you are already awarded a penalty
Mm.
and you go and take a panenka. So that clearly sums up. I don't know if he wanted to score a beauty in the finals to be remembered, or
He could just score. He could just score. It's always
exactly.
going to be remembered. It's always he was, if he just take the penalty like a normal person, right? And I'm sure he has more higher chances, in scoring that type. Or if he missed, at least people will say, oh, he tried his best, right? Or
Mhm.
or Mendy was good
Yes,
guessing.
masterclass,
Yes,
masterclass from Mehdi. Yeah.
guess the right way or something like that, right? But you do a paneka, and the goalkeeper had time to
Mhm.
adjust himself and collect the ball, collecting a back pass from a kid from when you train at backyard.
Yeah, 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 man. So here's the thing, right? I mean, I'm quite puzzled with this, lah. So
Huh.
considering the VAR,
Yep.
do you think that saved the game, or did it actually nearly or kind of ruin the finals?
Think you see, we always goes into debate, any football fan, right?
Yep.
Whether VAR is it there or not, right?
Yep.
For me, if someone missed the decision making
Mm-hmm.
event, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why
Mm-hmm.
we have technology, right? So
Yep.
I would not say that VAR interfered. So
Mm-hmm.
they use VAR because they missed something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes I agree. If we watch something in slow motion, it
Mm-hmm.
could amplify the fall or something like that. So
Yep.
that I leave it up to our viewers to decide whether it's a penalty or not. But I cannot contemplate where, in a professional stage, you walk out from the field.
That was actually my next question as well, right? So it's like, where do you stand? I mean, is this okay? We have heard of instances, right? Like
Mm.
players, like I mean, usually it's like when it's racial abuse, it's just
Yes.
one or two players walk off the pitch, right? It's like, no, no, I can't accept this, right? And then they start
Yep.
investigating. But almost more than half of the players walking off the pitch because of a VAR decision. So I'm not sure where do you stand with that, man.
If
We've
it,
not seen that.
you touch that, if it's a racial abuse, I totally agree, right? Because it's not something, it's not part of football. That's
Yep.
what I'm saying.
Yep.
It's like you go to work, and then someone harass you. You do you,
Mhm.
you you stop being professional, and then you leave, right? And then you
Yep.
report, right?
Exactly.
It's the same thing in a sports and an event, right? If
Mhm.
something that's does not include or something that's not in a
Mm-hmm.
part of your process, or it deviates from your working environment, then yeah, I totally agree. But here it's a decision, right? I mean, any sports, right? I believe so. I kind of relate the frustration that the Senegalese team
Mm-hmm.
receive, because it's
Mm-hmm.
93rd minute, so
Mm-hmm.
it's considered like if this penalty goes in, done. But it's
Mm-hmm.
part of parcel of a football, right? Where a fall happens, right? In the box, yes, it's up to the interpretation and decision making by the referee. Even though it's
Mm-hmm.
right or wrong, that it's up
Mm-hmm.
to the, certain bodies or official to investigate. But you do
Yep.
not, for me, I totally condemn the action where the Senegalese team went off. For me, it's 100% unprofessional.
Mm-hmm.
It does not put a better picture of African football. And now they are
Mm-hmm.
king of Africa.
Yep.
So I do not know how does that sits, right? People will
Mm-hmm.
always remember them winning,
Mm-hmm.
not about them winning, about them, being sulky or being,
Yep.
I'm sorry, got to use the L word about here, after a
Mm-hmm.
penalty decision that does not goes against them.
Yep.
And they eventually won. So
Mm-hmm.
people are always going to remember that, considering that, oh, the
Yep.
goal that they scored in the 98, or in the extra time,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I
Mm-hmm.
also want to touch that there are senior players in Senegal that played, in a professional setup, like Sadio Mane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Koulibaly, he was injured, he
Mm-hmm.
didn't play the game, right?
Yep.
So they are the one who try to bring the team back, right? So you could see, certain players who are matured enough, who understand that
Mm-hmm.
yes, sometimes things does not go our way, but we should carry on. We should be professional, right?
Agreed.
And I guess it's also giving respect for people who come to watch the game and everything, and the officials and everything, right? So yeah, that's my stand,
So
man.
yeah. Yeah, man.
How about
Okay,
you?
okay. Well, again, I agree when it comes to the level of professionalism. I would also say that the last thing you do is look, if decisions goes against you,
Mm-hmm.
by is by you and some of your teammates walk off the pitch, is that going to resolve anything? I think that would, yeah, that might just make things even worse. So it's a bit of both now, considering that, I mean, yes, you can say it would have been a very, very exciting, rather intense finals.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, this is also going to go down the history books of perhaps the most controversial finals,
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, of course, look, this is just one of it, right? Have we had anything like this? Well, addressing to the viewers, please please do drop us the comments. Let us know which controversial final in that you remember that
Mm.
can, in fact, um, beat this finals, the AFCON finals.
Final
Yeah,
or any match, because what comes in my mind was Thierry Henry hand with Ireland.
yeah, I remember
Right?
that one. Yeah, oh,
Right?
that was
Oh my god.
clear cut, man, clear cut, man. So
And did the Irish went out of field?
no,
But wait, what is Irish or Northern Ireland? Yeah.
Northern Ireland.
Northern
Yeah, I
Ireland,
think it's
yeah,
Northern Ireland.
Northern
Yeah,
Ireland,
so
yeah.
so yeah, that's that, man. So of course we look forward to hear from the viewers, whoever are tuned in as well. Do share us your thoughts on the AFCON finals. So now till then, let's move on. So of course, what an AFCON finals, but at the same time, what a derby day, man. So I mean, I have questions.
Go
I
ahead,
don't know,
go ahead.
lah, because to me, look, I just got to get this off my chest. You know why? Because, when it's time to celebrate, we just celebrate, like, although it's just one game, right? So, all right, man. So now we are talking some good celebration, right? Of course, look, it's a great derby win by Man United. I think it was a marvelous display. And although we have seen these moments that has happened in the past as well. Sorry, lads, I'm going to take this off now. I can't see anything considering I have pretty bad eyesight. So anyway, so coming back to the derby, right? I think it was, a lot of pundits, as I was, watching through as well, Sharif, were shocked, amazed, and equally they would have also, equally criticized, but didn't want to give too much away as well, right? Because as much as Man United won in the weekend's derby, they were still debating about the manager and all that stuff, like who's going to take charge, when do they need this person coming in. So we're not going to touch all that. We've already covered it before. So here is my thought, Sharif. I don't know you want to counter back or whatnot.
Go ahead, go ahead.
It's why I say it seems like these are moments FC, where a new manager steps in, everyone turns up. Right? Every player turns up. Suddenly you see Casemiro, whom we collectively has said he doesn't have the legs to play.
Yeah.
And he can't. He's a 5-time Champions League winner. All that we have brought up. And who is given, not let alone what do you call this? Man of the match. He was man of the match, and the way he turned up, right? And I'm only speaking of one player. Look, I mean, there's so many to name, right? They all just turned up, right? But of course, I'm here to touch also on some of the positives, as much as I'm a bit neutral when it's like, look, it's Michael Carrick, new voice in the training ground, new voice giving instructions and all that stuff, right? And players tend to turn up. Finally, a new voice, and switching back to like what Shariff you have said before. Go back to basics. And United played with a back four. Okay, so I think they started with a 4-3-1-2. Right, they went back with that formation, or it looked at times like a 4-4-2, a little bit kurang lah. And I mean, I'm not going to talk about all the formations and all that stuff, but you see, it's proven that the players can play that system. They are familiar, and it worked, right? But at the same time, as much as I give credit when due, right? Of course, they all turned up. They exploited City in a decent fashion. But again, there were still moments where I think City could have, would have, should have kind of like scored back or whatnot. And of course, there were also people talking about United were robbed because of 3 VAR decisions, right? Because of the offside and all. I can agree with the two. The first 2 offside goals, right? Ahmad scored one, and then Bruno Fernandes scored the second one. But the one that Mount scored, I'm quite surprised that was ruled offside. So I'm quite puzzled with that, right? Because, I mean, I don't know. As I watched that replay, it very fine line where it looked like when it was the initial play, Mount was onside. But again, decision was already made, right? So it's 2-0. However, look, it was a brilliant game overall. I don't know, it's just some of my key takeaways on the Manchester derby. But I want to hear from you, man. Shariff, I know it's, we celebrate when it's a good win, right? But then again, we are still caught up with Moments FC. Still afraid of that. But I don't know, what did you make of the game?
I think it's a fabulous game. Even I was surprised as well. I will not say until we dominate, but I think we found the recipe for not allowing City to play. And you are 100% right. Everyone turned up. And this is what I've been saying many times. Light Switch FC. I do not know whether this is intended or this is something that Carrick did within 3 days, right?
Yes.
But I leave it up to everyone interpretation because no one can confirm that. But records and history, we could see, right? What you soon told, right? When a new manager comes in, suddenly everyone decides to turn up. We saw that with Ole. We saw that with Jose Mourinho. We saw that with Louis Van Gaal, and even with Eric Ten Hag. Which I believe what Carrick played yesterday, because the possession was only 36% and then possession with the rest with what do you call that, with City. But of course we have more shots and more XGs, and you're right also, we could score more as well. But then I guess this is where in a game where when you create more chances, right? So you do not dwell on the chances that you miss, right? So overall, for me, it was really a different side of United where I do believe no one expected us to win, right? The game. But I think you were right also in one play in one point where reverting to back four. But I only wanted to say this is that I don't think so the issue with United is the coaching or the what do you call that, the formation, right? Clearly we play with back four and it did not win us anything, right? After Louis Van Gaal, we went to the back four with Jose Mourinho, and then Ole also we played with back four. Eric Ten Hag, we played with back four, right? And then the only thing that I feel that why there is a performance in Saturday's game was it
Mm-hmm.
was a familiar type of football that they can play,
Yep.
and this is also normally again being played by a much more lesser team, all right,
Mm-hmm.
where you don't have a how do I say a purpose, but
Mm-hmm.
you try to beat the team where they have their weaknesses are,
Yep.
and Michael Carrick and his stuff. So kudos to them. They
Mm-hmm.
found City's weaknesses. So
Mm-hmm.
for me now, what's next, right? So we have Arsenal, and then we have
Fulham.
Fulham. Yep. So let's see how we with a lower block, right?
Mm-hmm.
Team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm also looking forward with the Fulham game. Of course, I'm looking forward with Arsenal game, but I
Mm-hmm.
think for me clearly, yeah, I think from beginning, right? MU always turn up in big games, right?
Yep.
In this season also, we
Yep.
saw we almost could have get a result on the first day with Arsenal, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got a
Yep.
result with Liverpool, we got a result
Yep.
with Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
and now we are getting a net, and now we got result with Man City as well. We got a result with
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle as well, right?
Yep.
So let's put them in the mix as well. So I'm looking forward with the Fulham, because there we will see, is this just like what you mentioned? It is just a moment, or
Mm-hmm.
is this something that Michael Carrick is cooking as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I will not jump into any excitement seeing that Man United back, or get Carrick the permanent job, or
Yep.
United Carrick
I
to
think it's
Sir
all
Carrick, anything, right? No. So
straight night
no, no,
him.
no. Yeah. So we are still fifth, right? We are still behind Arsenal for almost what, 17 points, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We are nowhere near to the first three. So we are
Mm-hmm.
closer to Liverpool, right?
Yep.
But so I do not want to say that oh, we are back or we are bigger than City, because clearly
No.
City
Yep.
has been delivering season in, season out.
I agree.
This is just another game that just inject certain pride in supporting this
Mm-hmm.
significant club, right? As for me, it's something. It's so bad that 2 seasons gone away due to the mismanagement of Glazers and also Ineos, and that is for me the biggest problem. It should not change that, and I want the same pressure to be applied to the owners, because clearly guys will not change anything.
I totally agree as well. Yeah, I mean, again, I echo similar what you have said as well. So it's not time where, yeah, I know. I mean, when you win in a derby, it's always it's a big thing, right? It's I'm not going to use the word it's a statement, but it shows like what you said. I agree, right? They tend to turn up in games like this, right? So even with the Arsenals, the Cities, even the Liverpools this season and all, right? Although, yeah, I agree. First match of the season, we lost. Although we lost, but then I use a bit of Ruben Amorim's words lah. The idea,
The
he
idea.
always talks the idea. Now the idea so habis already, huh? So
Mm.
so, but yeah, but we could see that at that time. But again, it's a closed chapter anyway. So, but again, as in the last episodes as well, I was also saying, right, similar like what you're saying. It's not time to straight away think about who is next, or like oh, give Carrick the job and all that stuff. I mean, there are some fans going bonkers about that, right? So, oh, give Carrick the job, give him the contract, make him sign it and all. Like, that's not gonna happen lah. So, but I think the next what 16 games, 17 games left now until the end of the season. Like I said previously, right? It's about steadying the ship. And when the time comes, let's see what the board decides. Whoever they have shortlisted and whatnot. Because look, yeah, you're right. We have Arsenal this weekend. That's gonna be another a very good game to watch. And from there, like what you said, so we will have Fulham. Right after Fulham, we will have Spurs. Yeah. So you see, these are like, I mean, of course, Spurs we have covered. We're not
Mm.
sure what's the situation there and all that. However, look, we don't look down on these teams, right? As football fans, as we love the sport and all that. So of course, we don't look down on these teams because they might just capitalize, right? However, we don't want to get too carried away. Of course, I know it's
Mm.
a great win, great derby win, and for me, it's like a couple of things lah. Few additional stuff, right? I thought of just wanting to ask you as well.
Go ahead.
So it's like you see, there's a very common thing, right? That like I think a couple of seasons back, that Pep Guardiola overthinks, which costed him the finals previously in the Champions League, right? When City played Chelsea that time, Chelsea and Man City in that finals, right?
Yep.
And
Mount
cause of
score.
yeah, it's like there you have it, right? And the statement was where he it was his mistake that he was overthinking. So do you think, in your opinion, that was it due to that costed him in this big fixture?
Well, I do not know whether it's Pep. Pep is
Pep
I
being
mean
Pep lah.
Pep being Pep. I remember when we hired Eric Ten Hag, and then he said, "Yeah, I told you Manchester is back, right?" So and I think when Ole, he was telling, "Oh yeah, I told you Manchester is great. We are nowhere near Manchester or something."
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
there's always a cynical in his comment, or
mm-hmm,
he's at a place where, you know what, I'm not going to get into the circus, right? I just going to agree with you. We do not want to debate
mm-hmm,
low level topics or anything or debate, right? So he's
mm-hmm,
just going to get that. So I assume that's what the journalist is getting at, whether he overthink or something. But
mm-hmm,
my personal opinion, and from where I see, right, it's not only Man United, but for any other clubs, the
mm-hmm,
percentage of a new manager when they come in, it's always like 80 to 85% that the new manager always win, right? And that
mm-hmm,
drops to one of the fact, because it's a mystery, it's unknown, right?
mm-hmm,
How the
mm-hmm,
manager is going to set up the team, let alone Michael Carrick, right? Of course, you have an idea how he's
mm-hmm,
going to set up, because you seen him, being the assistant manager for Man United, being the
mm-hmm,
caretaker slash interim. I do not know what
mm-hmm,
he did for the
mm-hmm,
3 games, and then he went to
mm-hmm,
Middlesbrough, and so on and so forth.
mm-hmm.
You get the idea, but again, I think no one thought that he will play Brian Mbeumo for as a false nine, right?
Yep.
And the way and Harry Maguire straight away starting
Mm-hmm.
alongside Licha Martinez. So
Yep.
there's a lot of change in individual. There's a lot of change in the tactics. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
change in the system.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he did what they call that, anticipate that they will be playing a counter-attacking football, because that is the most easiest place to go to within 3 days, right? You cannot
Mm-hmm.
suddenly start ball possession or
Yep.
gegen pressing or something like that, right? Within 3 days.
Exactly.
So I guess for me, I think, at least in my opinion, I don't think that he overthink. I
Mm-hmm.
just guess that it's because of the unknown and uncharted mystery of Michael Carrick. Is
Yep.
I think that's what you get with Ole as well, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
its
Yeah.
first 11 games, right?
Yep.
And then he got found out.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. He got found out, right? So, but yeah, I mean, considering how good, I mean, look lah, City being City, right? We all can agree lah. They are, a very dominant team in the league for so many seasons, right? But just to my surprise, I mean, not a question. It's just to my surprise. It's like, yeah, as they say, right? Sometimes holding the most of the possession doesn't win you football games.
I agree.
Yeah, it doesn't win you, right? So this is where I was quite puzzled, right? They held like 68%,
68, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, overall, right, of possession, but they still found it hard to break United's slow to mid block, right? So
I agree. I
yeah, I was
agree.
quite surprised, right? I mean, well, I'm saying it on a Man City standpoint is because, look, if I'm a City player, I'll be thinking like, yeah, it's only Man United lah. It's just Man United. They just lost their manager. The manager got sacked. And look, it's just, a fresh new voice and all whatnot. But two things could be running in their heads, right? One is like, okay, new manager, they would probably turn up, or otherwise, right? They can still capitalize. But then that's why I'm just quite puzzled. But I would like to hear from the fans, right? Or perhaps for those who are tuned in as well. Let us know your thoughts on the game. Like, what did you make of it on the Manchester Derby defeat, right? And of course, the way Pep set the team up versus how United exploited City overall, right? So speaking of exploited City, reminds me of that meme, right? They came out with a meme for would you find in Licha Martinez's pocket. So you'll find car keys, you will find his wallet and his phone, and you'll find Erling Haaland there. So I think, look, yeah, meme creators at their best, lah. But again, which also obviously sparked debates, right? Where, look, it's like, not say debate, sorry, I rephrased that. It's like we were talking about it, right? So, fans, let alone even pundits and all that, didn't know what to expect. Probably even Pep didn't know what to expect. Right? I don't know,
True.
right?
Agree.
That like, I think I was watching Gary Neville in his own podcast right after the game. I think he spoke about. I mean, to those who are tuned in, you can just watch that clip on Gary Neville's podcast right after the game. Along the lines he was covering, like, he also did mention, it's like, these were the kind of ways that United used to play, right? Where you have the wingers and their fullbacks running very close by to each other, and then the overlapping, and even with Bruno Fernandes and all that stuff. So he was talking all the two and all that, right? On the wings and all that. With Ahmad, and you see with Dalo, and then Dorgu with Shaw and things like that. And then you see Bruno Fernandes with either not so too deep. He was playing his best position, but then a lot of times where Bruno Fernandes, half the time he was playing his usual number 10 role, which I think, he created like what, 6 big chances in total. So there you have it, right? So that's why, people like Gary Neville was talking about it, but again, don't want to, we always, I know we on the sideline, I don't want to say it out loud. You don't want to. So, we don't want to get into all that. And yeah, but then
That,
again,
and also I don't listen to Gary Neville shit. So
but
that's my take lah. So he
no,
can
but
say anything.
yeah, exactly. But then for me, it was like, I was now quite intrigued to hear what is he going to talk about, right? But here's what's going to happen, yeah? I mean, here's
That's
what's
what
going to
he
happen.
that's what he
Is
said
going.
to Ole as well. When
Exactly.
when
So
when
he's going
Ole
to be
won,
very nice. Now you wait and see.
yeah, we are playing the same what they call that football as Alex Ferguson or man the quote and unquote the Man United way.
Yeah.
But then later on he was telling that, oh, we should play a back three, and then now when we play a back three, oh, we should play a back four.
I was
Come
about to
on, man.
get to that part. Yeah. You see, he kept changing
So
based on
yeah,
whoever was in charge, right?
yeah,
So, which is joke, lah, if you ask me, right?
exactly.
For a
So
while, you wanted a back three. For a while, back four. Oh, we need a world class manager. Oh, we need a new system. Like, come on, lah. You keep changing your narrative. So, but again, I mean, a win is a win. Of course, we are looking forward to the upcoming fixture between Arsenal and Man United. So drop your predictions as well to
big
all
one.
those who are tuned in. And yeah, let's see what transpires in the upcoming game. I'm looking forward to it, man. So of course, adding on to some of the nonsense, both Arsenal and you see Arsenal drew.
Wow,
Yeah, so
Newcastle draw. Wwow. So where are they now, Mr.
let's check.
Cohen?
Yeah, we need to see where are they in the table.
Yeah, 8. Okay, yeah.
No, they are okay lah, not too bad lah. So it's like, you see, yeah,
It's
we
3
spoke
points
about.
behind MU.
Yeah, you're not too bad, right? So as much as we want to laugh about it as well, right? But yeah, they're not too far off. So you see, it's like for United, it's like we are not too far off top 4, but at the same time, we are not too far off 12th place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we are not too far off bottom half, right? So it's these upcoming games, it's coming back to United a little bit, that really they need to really buck up, and yeah, and the next, probably, I don't know, 3-5 fixtures, I don't know. It's just Carrick's got a big job in his hands. I know, look, it's only until the end of the season, lah. But ultimately, like I always say, and I will say this again, just steady the ship, lah. That's all I'm asking, right, as a fan. So, yeah, with that having said, so of course, we will have the upcoming games. We will be covering in our next episode. We will be covering the aftermath of the Arsenal versus Man United. So stick around to that as well. Let's see what happens. And of course, so touching a little bit on Arsenal, right? So to our surprise, I mean, I was surprised, in fact, Shariff. I don't know about you, and that they drew against Notts Forest. Yeah, so goalless draw. Yeah, so I don't know. Is this I'm not sure. I mean, look, I did not watch the highlights of the game, but then I don't know if I dare ask. Is the the January onwards kind of jinx taking place soon. The
Yeah, maybe.
elephant on the tree.
But but
I
but yeah, but it takes a big elephant right now because
Yeah,
they are like what 7 points.
yep.
I don't know that is why we need an Arsenal supporter over here. I do not know whether this is the biggest gap from the last 3 seasons that they are when they are topping the league, right? So, but yeah, I kind of agree with you because it's back to back draw with Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
The again for me them drawing, I think it's not that big because you cannot win all your games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's a big surprise where City lost and Aston Villa lost as well, right? So I
Exactly.
I thought maybe if Aston Villa won, then it somehow puts more pressure to Arsenal. Then they are like what, like maybe 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
4 points is very small.
I agree.
So now it's seven, and you have the number two and number three the same, right? I'm just
Yep.
looking at the table here.
Yep.
I don't think so. Well, Unai Emery said that they don't belong in number three. They belong in top six. So I don't know,
That's humility speaking or
or
mind games.
frustration or something, because they are kind of like what, 9, 3, and then another 4, 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
On top of Liverpool.
Yep.
Wow, Liverpool. I am surprised with Liverpool. 4 draws, man.
Yeah,
What's your
man.
take on that?
Well, expected or not, I mean, look, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier.
Yep,
Let
yep.
them continue drawing,
One
right? And
point,
yeah, in the last how many games, right? They've just been drawing and drawing,
four
right?
games.
So,
4 games.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you have it, right? But well, looks like our narrative, our prediction didn't come true, huh? That that Arne
Prediction
Slot
for?
might lose his job, but it said Amorim left.
Yeah, yeah.
Amorim was sacked first,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I mean,
but
I
again,
mean,
yes,
Amorim asked for it. So he
yeah,
literally
yeah,
asked for it.
that
He
was
yeah. I
correct.
think we touched in the
That's
chronology
true.
as well, right? Yeah, he touched in the
Yeah, we
chronology as
touched it
well.
already. Yeah,
He didn't help
but I.
himself. He didn't be flexible.
Mhm.
We didn't ask him to change, but at least we expect being
Yeah,
flexible. You cannot play the
correct.
same way you are playing for every game. And then
Exactly.
basically the press conference, he just asked for his sack. That's why
Yeah,
if Arne
exactly.
Slot, tomorrow just say, you know what, if I want to be the sporting director, or I want to be better than Klopp, no one, blah blah, and he will get the boot as well, right? So yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, I mean, by the looks of it, I think he will see out this season, lah. I think
Yeah, I think at least this season,
he will
right?
see out this season. But depends where they finish as well. Yeah, I am.
I I
I
I
don't know.
I kind of 50-50 with that because of again, maybe this is a good topic to touch also, because Mark Guehi, I mean, he was like Liverpool.
Yeah,
He
man.
was way to Liverpool that summer, and then people thought, okay, maybe January is going in.
Mhm.
I'm kind of surprised why Liverpool directors or Liverpool club structure did not back uh Arne
Yep.
Slot for
Yeah.
this. So maybe there's something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm assuming maybe he's going to sit until this end of season, and then
Maybe.
they're going to review, and then they're going to decide. And
Yep.
then if they decide to stay with Slot, then they decide, I'm going to invest with you. See, that's how proper management, Matthew.
Proper management. Exactly.
Proper management, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. Yep.
you don't suddenly buy for Michael Carrick and then sack Michael Carrick halfway, right? So yeah. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. I'm hearing some mystery. Or now we go back to MU again. So yeah.
But yeah, Kevin was right, lah. Kevin was right. Sorry, Kevin, if you're watching this, yeah. So I think kudos to you. You did believe
Predict.
and backed Arne Slot as well. But again, speaking of, you touched on Mark Gay, right? Yeah, he snubbed Liverpool for City. So on a separate note, Coogan asked me as well. Does City actually need Mark Gay?
I think
So
they need because of
that's why,
Diaz.
and my answer was yes. I said I think they do need him, right? I mean, okay, John Stones. I don't know what's going on, but I think they need defense. They need defenders because Josko Gvardiol is injured quite long. He'll be out. He'll be out for quite a while. Who else? who else in their defense where I think it strengthens, right? So signing a Premier League proven England international player, come on lah. You couldn't ask for more lah. So I think signing Mark Gay is I think is a brilliant I think a brilliant hijack lah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Then
and why I say this, you see, the average age of his squad, right?
uh-huh.
And guess where Man United is?
Oh, I'm
Number
gonna
nine.
take a guess. Oh, we are at number 9.
Number nine. And number
Serious.
and number one is of course Chelsea, and then you have Spurs, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have your top four there. You have your Arsenal, City, Aston
Mm-hmm.
Villa as well there. So that shows that okay, you see when a player is bought in, at least where this is where I'm seeing, right? Sometimes it's because you want to fix something, right? But sometimes you're looking for the future. And you mentioned John Stones and Ruben Diaz. I think this is also back to back season that is having injury after
Yep.
the January,
Yep.
you know, calendar, right? So it shows that age is catching up. He can play, but maybe the pressure to his body or to his physicality, that you
Perhaps,
need to
yeah.
manage the timing as well.
Yep.
But Matt, this is what investment looks like, or the investment that these top four teams did.
Mm-hmm.
Man United, 600 million, right?
Okay.
Where else? Chelsea, your
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal, your
Mm-hmm.
City, all over 1 billion.
Oh.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
where you could see, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do not want to be, like a black force saying that, oh, after our derby win, but you see, we need to at least. I'm not saying that people who spend will win. No,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
definitely not. But you
Mm-hmm.
could see investment is needed as part
Yep.
of his success as well,
Yep.
right? And you could see that has been done with Liverpool, that you could see also under Chelsea, they won the World Club Champion.
Yep.
With Pep as well, he keep on rejuvenating the squad, right? He does not
Yes.
keep the squad the same
Mm-hmm.
people and everything, right? So back to the question of Mark Guehi, I think this somehow connects to those two criteria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Investment
Yep.
plus the average squad of the club, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Man United, you have less investment and then you have aging squad. And
Yes.
that's another issue with the squad as well. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
in 2 years coming, right? So yeah, and that is why I always reiterate, you got to change the ownership, because 2026 is their 20th season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what they deliver.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I got to say pressure, man. Look, this type of buying, right? This type of
Mm-hmm.
investment from the other teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's perfectly shows that where we are lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Not only mismanagement, but
Yep.
investment and
Yes.
rejuvenating the squad as well.
Yes. Totally agree. Yeah, something that United needs to work on, and I mean, look at the teams surrounding them, right? How
Mm.
have they worked around that as
And
well?
how
So
far we are dropping? How far
we
we are
are, yeah,
dropping?
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
Imagine if we want to invest, we have to invest another 300 to 400
Mm-hmm.
million more,
Million.
right?
Yep.
And that is also a blanket statement if those teams stop investing. And you know, even
Mm-hmm.
though Arsenal does not own by an oil type
Yeah.
owners,
They no, they
right?
don't.
Chelsea is the same as well. Chelsea that Todd Boyley is the same billionaire. I will say the
Uh-huh.
same par billionaire as Jim Ratcliffe. So what's your excuse, man?
Yes. Yeah, that's no excuse, man. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, but then, as much as, look, Mark Gay, I know, got hijacked, City hijacked.
Actually, he
The,
didn't hijack lah, because Liverpool did not beat
I,
Matt.
yeah, I think they didn't beat as well, eventually. So, I
I
don't know, again, not sure what really happened, So, yeah, yeah, yeah. It is surprising. And another surprise was when Oliver Glasner was saying that, I mean, he's the
yeah,
club
yeah,
captain, right?
correct.
And Oliver Glasner's post-match conference, where you could tell he was frustrated, although
Yeah,
as much as he was very composed, talking about it, that he only had to announce to the team, like, just before the game, that the captain will not be playing, and that itself will impact the mood of the squad and all that, right? I mean, he said he doesn't care about himself. I'm like, wow, what a manager, man! What a manager. Although
this
he's not renewing his contract, so yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, he's
this
leaving.
this this is something that I think the other day, so we touched upon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone can place the role of head coach, and this is what you
Yep,
get from a head coach, right?
Yep.
When a player gets sell, you clearly no one talk to him, right? And I guess I mean Kuhn was saying that Glasner, got like who could stop Guehi to come out,
Yep.
but clearly this transfer to City, clearly he was not even consulted, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm sure he does not want this type of setup, right? You can have a
Mm-hmm.
head coach, right?
Yep.
But you got to involve the head coach in somehow decision making or this type.
Yes.
But if you are just going to just you are going to manage the whatever
Mm-hmm.
players coming in, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's really sad that suddenly
Yeah.
you got to know, my captain tak ada. Oh, because he got sold.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah lah.
That's really bad. That's really bad.
Yeah, man. So yeah. That having said, you kind of went a bit astray on from the table, right? So
Mm.
is it really looking like a one horse race? I don't think so.
I think so. I
You
think
think
so.
so? Huh?
I
You
think
think
so.
so?
I from I think from October I thought so. But I know you guys disagree me on this, right?
Yeah.
You thought City is in it, and then somehow Liverpool was in it, because
Mm-hmm.
how do I say this? City is in it, but you know that they will drop points. That
Mm-hmm.
they have they are kind of like, I would say, quote and unquote transitioning, because
Mm-hmm.
they like, again, they invest quite a number of player, right, in the summer,
Yep.
Cherky
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot, right, and they
Those are
need time.
brilliant signings, man. Tijani
Exactly.
Reinders and all this. Yeah,
Riders,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a different city. It's a different city, and they need time to
Yep.
gel. They need time
Yes.
to adapt to the game and everything. So you have only one team, which is Arsenal, that is consistent.
Yep.
You just putting Gyökeres, but the others are still the
Mm-hmm.
same, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
and you have the same managers, team structure. So it's a much more continuation. It's much more what do you call that? Um, Continuing the success, or perhaps the what felt apart from last season to here.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal did not like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, I'm going to scrap and then rebuild and then change
Mm-hmm.
individual because last year did not work. So clearly they
Yep.
know what did not work. They went for a
Mm-hmm.
striker, and then that is why I thought Arsenal, it's up to take. They should win. If they don't win, then it's going to be the biggest surprise that I will see for
Yeah, man. But
season. Yeah, for this
yeah,
season.
exactly. So correct, man. Correct. So, but of course, Arsenal is so upcoming games. Of course, we covered earlier. Arsenal will be facing Man United. City will be facing Wolves. Aston Villa will be facing Newcastle. Abang Kuhen.
Mm, mm.
Let's see.
Let's see. Let's see.
Will Newcastle have a good evening?
Good
Or
evening.
otherwise I don't know. Let's see. Then of course Chelsea will be against Palace. Yeah, so considering them without their club captain after this, so yeah, let's see,
Yeah,
right?
they lost with Sunderland. That cost them, right? So you could see
Yeah, exactly.
they will have to adapt. Wow.
Correct. That's true. They've got to have to adapt. I think it's a game they could prove a point to, like, a kind of bounce back. Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it as
Mm,
well, lah. Right. I mean, look,
mm.
he's moved on, so they have to also buck up,
Yeah.
right? So then we have Brentford against Forest, Sunderland against West Ham, Everton Leeds. Ooh, Everton Leeds, nice game, right? Then let's see. Yeah, Spurs will be playing Burnley, I think. Yeah, I think they're playing against Burnley. So yeah, pretty good games. Of course, the biggest game will be the Arsenal and United clash, lah. So we are looking forward to that. And yeah, let's see how the table will transpire, man. I don't know. Like I said, right? It looks very, very competitive, except of course Arsenal is currently on a very healthy sort of points gap, right? From Arsenal to City, right? 7 points gap. Like, come on, lah. All they need to do is just maintain their winning streak or whatnot. Yeah, the title is theirs, man. I know I kind of changed my narrative as well, but I've been rooting for. I know I've a lot of my Arsenal supporter friends, on the side. I also tell them, right. I've always been rooting for Arsenal to win the Premier League for I don't know how long already, but
As a
sad
United
fact,
fan,
man.
how dare you?
Yeah, I get that. I actually I get that a lot. No, they ask me, like, "Hey, you sure or not you support United?" I mean, well, I love football, but
Well, you should go with the legendary quote from Alex Ferguson. I couldn't care less.
so of course, as much as we couldn't care less, so let's see what the upcoming games would be like. And we've come to the end of the show, right? So for those who are tuned in, if you are new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and also turn on the notifications bell, and stay tuned to weekly episodes filled with banter, funny talks, humor, jokes, and football realities as well. Yeah, so of course we are missing Kuhan in this episode. He will be back, so then we can start talking a bit more on Newcastle, and we can talk more on XGs and all that stuff. Yeah, once again, this is me, Matt, your host, signing out alongside Shariff until the next episode. So stick around. Peace out. Cheers.
Ineos out.